As you sit here 15 years after you've started this journey, talk a little bit about the growth of Dom and this path that you've taken and how I know you're proud of it.
I've become a man on this saga, you know. I was young and when I started it, and now I'm a family man, and now I've got, when I first came on, I was just had to deal with the responsibility of portraying the character, and now I have greater responsibilities in protecting a mythology for a global audience. Yeah, I hope, I become more precious about things, more precious about my relationships with people, more protective of them. And I want to do significant work. I don't need to just work. So if I'm going to do it, as you know firsthand, I go 110,000% in, and I do it with my heart, and I do it with my soul.
What do you think separates Furious 7 from the 6 that have come before?
A certain emotional maturity throughout the picture. Time that's allotted to, in this story, time that's allotted to just relationships, like the Dom and Letty relationship, uncovering the past. I think there are more metaphors in this Fast and Furious than any of the other Fast and Furiouses. It feels mature in a certain way, and I think it's a full experience. And it's so rare to have a complete, full experience when you see movies nowadays, and that's one of the coolest things about this film, that nothing's left on the table. You get it all. You get everything. And you get it with guys that you've known and grown. The audience has grown up with their characters. The audience has grown up with their characters. You were there Monday night when I went to present the first screening back in California. And you were there when I got emotionally choked up just looking at Paul. And you were there when the fans in the audience yelled out, "We're with you, we got you, we love you," and you got family here, Vin. What's better than that? You can get all the accolades in the world, but what's better than having your audience feel as though they are your family and they are your support system? I mean, it's profound. And that they're going through what you're going through. They're going through it with you. And that's what they're saying. And that's what they've been saying. And that was part of the encouraging kind of backup that the fans have been giving throughout this whole process. When we were coming, when we were lost, when we were dumbfounded, when we were shocked by the tragedy, it was the audience saying, "We'll ride with you, guys. Ride this out and we'll be there with you." And that touches me, and that made us all go into it with that much more conviction.
It's incredibly unique.
It's incredibly unique. It's not, as people say, it's not a movie. It's hard to say it's a movie. It's hard. You can't just say, it's so funny when people try to describe how they feel about the movie. They don't go, they feel weird saying it's a good movie or it's a great movie, because even that feels like it's selling it short. And they feel like, no, I don't want to just say I don't want to critique it like I normally critique movies. I want to put this in a different category. I want to say that this is our life.
That's right. The new cast members that you've brought in this time, I mean, one just tops the other.
They're all incredible. They're all incredible. And they all came to really, really work and really, really play. And that's you know, as a producer, you can only hope for that. But as somebody that suffers from that kind of tragic loss of a dear friend and a brother, you don't realize how much you needed that. You don't realize how much you needed everybody to come in and be there as your support group. You know, I've never needed a support group in my life. I never even thought that, you know, I've always been this giant. I've always been the Iron Giant. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And after this thing happened, you quickly realize you need your support team like anybody else, and you're human.
We've seen so many extraordinary stunts and things in these films, but this one, talk about just the scope of it.
You know, it's always fun when we see it in the movie, but I gotta tell you, for the years leading up to it, it's a harrowing experience, because you are thinking to yourself, how in the world am I going to top the last movie? Or how am I going to top the stunts and the sequences? And always happens. Luckily, we had a team that was so well oiled that we were able to reach for something pretty crazy. There was a theme we were playing with, the idea of flying cars. There's actually a scene that never got shot where Jack is throwing his cars at the wall, and Brian says, "Hey man, cars don't fly," which was going to dovetail and set up all of the flying cars in this movie. So it's a testament to a great team. It's a testament to a great studio that's been so supportive and willing to back up these insane ideas.